warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Nur Aziza with ID number 2201X053. So, today I will explain the concept of language variation, one of the core topics in sociolinguistic. Okay. So, what is language variation? Language variation refers to the natural differences in how people use language. These differences appear across regions, across the social group, in different situations, and even between individuals. In other words, there is no single fixed from a language that everyone uses. Instead, language changes and adapt depending on who is speaking, where they are from, who they are talking to, and what the purpose of the interaction is. So, this makes variation a normal, expected, and essential part of language. Okay, next. So, why language varies? Language varies for several important reasons. The first, geographical differences. Geographical differences influence how people speak. People from different regions develop unique vocabularies, accents, and expression. For example, someone from Jakarta might use gua lu, while someone from Padang might say dan kau. Dan kau like I and you, and in Indonesian as like or Jakarta use gua lu. The second is social background. Social background. Social background plays a major role. Age, gender, education, and social class shape the way people speak. People often adjust their language to fit in with their social group. The third is situational context. Situational context affects language use. The way we speak in classroom is different from how we speak with our friends. This is known as stylistic variation. The fourth is language is connected to identity. People might choose certain words or styles to show that they belong to a group, such as youth communities or professional groups. And the last is historical change. Historical change also contributes. Language evolves over time, and what was common years ago might sound old-fashioned today. Then next, the next is types of variation. There are four main types of language variation. The first is regional variation, which refers to differences based on where people live. This variation includes dialects and accent. For example, balik kampung dulu in Minang is different from pulang kampung dulu in Standard Indonesian. So these differences develop over time within each region. The next is type is social variation influenced by age, gender, class, and other social categories. For instance, young people might prefer saying santuy, while adults might say santai. So these differences help signal membership in a particular social group. The third is the third type is stylistic variation, which depend on the formality of the situation. For example, the sentence, isi formulir ini ya, sounds more casual than please fill out the form. So we naturally switch styles depending who we talk to. The fourth type is idiotic, which refers to an individual's unique way of speaking. Every person has their own personal style, shaped by experience, environment, and personality. And the next is regional and social variation. On this slide, we will look deeper into regional and social variation. The first, regional variation. Regional variation involves differences in vocabulary, pronunciation, and grammar. A simple example is how people from Medan say, macam gitulah kau. While people from Jakarta say, kayak gitu loh. But express the same idea, but the linguistic form reflect the speaker's region. The second is social variation. Social variation is tied to social identity and often reflects social norm. In formal settings, people may use more polite or structured expression, such as mohon dikonfirmasi kehadirannya. In an informal context, however, the same message might be expressed as datang atau tidak. So this shows how language adapt to social expectation. The next is stylist variation and code switching. Stylist variation occurs when speakers change their language based on the formality level of the situation. For instance, in academic writing or presentation, a speaker might say, the result indicate blah 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 blah. But in casual conversation, the same person might say, kayak begitu deh. So both express similar meaning but with different contexts. The second, code switching. Another important phenomenon is code switching, which happens when speakers switch between languages or varieties within the same conversation. This often occurs in multilingual societies like Indonesia. For example, someone might say, nanti kita meeting jam 3 ya. People code switch for many reasons: clarity, emphasis, habits, or to express identity. So, the conclusion, we can conclude language variation is a natural and universal phenomenon that occurs in all languages. It is influenced by various factors such as region, social background, situation, identity, and the passage of time. These influences can be seen in differences across dialect, accent, social group speech, speaking styles, and the use of code switching. Overall, language variation shows the strong connection between language and society, revealing how people use language to express who they are and the communities they belong to. Okay, maybe they'll can I present today? Thank you, thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.